Alright, let's sit down. Thank you all. Welcome to the Experience. See, I'm live on camera. Let's have respect for one another. Alright, this is the MMXX Experience. MMXX is 2020, written in Roman numerals. So, my first joke with this was to say, how do you write 2020 in another way that nobody really sees that that's 2020? Because everybody kept expecting that there was going to be, of course I put out a teaser and I said, so what would my session this year be called? And people said different things. Vision 2020, because the day before I already put out a post that had something about Vision 2020. And he said, okay. Thank you, let's put all our phones on silent. We don't have so much time here, so we'll try to maximize it. We'll be here for upwards of about 56, 72 hours max. 72 is 3 hours, right? Okay. Is that 72 hours? Yes. 72 minutes. 72 minutes. So we need to use those minutes very effectively. Alright, you know now, my name is Sol, and this meeting is the strategic planning sessions. I have these meetings every year, annually, for friends, colleagues, people who consider me grown enough to teach them some things. And what I do with this class is to help people see how I prepare at the end of every year for the coming year. And we've done this consistently since since 2016. And we had Code 2017, we had Buffet 18, we had 19 Spark sessions. He was in 19 Spark sessions, right? You were in Blizzard, yeah. You know, so what we try to do is plan, review, look at what has happened this year in all major areas of our lives. Because over time, people tend to trap me to one place. So Solomon knows only business and money, and that's the only thing people think I talk about. But like I explained from time to time, everything affects everything. So your life, your work affects your money affects your life, your work. So your faith, your religion affects your money. So everything affects everything, and so we try very hard to provide balance at these meetings. So I'm not just always talking about money, especially as a leader of organizations. I also try to ensure that people are human beings who work well. People are human beings who are doing good with themselves before they begin to work. So that's what this meeting will be about, and we're already in the middle of it. However, like every strategic meeting is supposed to be, I want us to start from where we are as individuals. So if I get a few volunteers, say 3, 4, maybe 5 of you who would want to share with me how 2019 has been. Patrick, you saw that, right? You saw me almost calling this year 2020 already, because I'm already living in 2020. So I want a few volunteers, some 1, 2 persons. You tell us your name, tell us what you do, and begin to share with us in a review format what the year has been like. So volunteers, 1. Well, are the spirits then? 2, Chima, behave yourself. Any woman to help? Okay, there's a woman already. Anybody on this? 3. That table is already very full now. Anybody here to help us? You want to come with me, boss? I promise not to put you on the spot. I promise not to put you on the spot. Great stuff. You, where have you been all year long? What kind of spiritual somebody that I see only at the end of the year? Alright, so you go with us. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. If I can get 2 more people, anybody from this front table. Mr. Johnson. Good. So, who's going first? We have other microphones so that husband and wife do other microphones for this guy. Hey, have Jesus in your life. There are 3 microphones in this hall. You want me to off this camera and help you check for it? Or you want to solve your problem? Choose which one. Tari, please come with me. Just, let's go. No, you don't need to. You don't need to come to the front. Just stay where you are.
So, my name is Tari. I'm a business person. Into fabrics, fashion, and fabrics and fashion, basically. The year 2020, 2019 actually has been a terrible year for me in terms of business. But the truth is, I wish I had known brass and books earlier. I knew it had not been a terrible year for me. But the thing about 2020 that it's been terrible in business. I was trying to do new things. I was trying to do a lot of new things for myself, for my business actually. But it wasn't working. A lot of things were not working. I lost a lot of goods. I didn't even know that actually when I met brass and books, I knew that there is actually a way in which even if you lost your goods, you can still continue in business. But the truth is, for me basically.
Alright, so that's that about business. The whole year is not happening.
No,
totally terrible. Alright, so business aside. Now that's what I was trying to explain to us before. There's a lot more to you than just business. What about the other areas of your life? For example, did God keep your children safe, alive? Okay, so let's talk about the other areas of your life. Take, for example, in your health.
In spite of what I went through, I didn't feel sick at all. But I was just very stressed, but I was healthy in terms of health. My family was okay, my children, everything was okay around me, just me.
Alright, another question I'll ask you. What about relationships? Did you meet new people who helped you? What?
Yes, I met.
Okay, so did you see the smile on your face when you began to think about that? So it wasn't a totally terrible year. Okay, so relationships, your health was good. What about your relationship with God, spirituality? How did that go?
To me, I didn't go well because I wasn't doing well in business. I wasn't happy. I was expecting God to make my business wonderful. And was I was not happy today.
You're not happy with God, yeah? Alright, fantastic. We'll talk about that. Thank you. So can we ask together for her? Alright, so Mr. Emerada, what's the other name now? Oh, Jesus. Alright, so.
My name is Emelego. I'm a staff of Brass and Books Financial Service. Actually, 2019 has been a wonderful year for me. I will start from the aspect of learning. I learned a lot of things this year.
Okay.
I read some books, and I noticed that in life, it's not about learning, it's all about putting what you've learned to action. And a lot of people learn, a lot of people don't do. That's one of the most difficult things. So, in new thing I learned, I found myself trying as much as possible to do it. And also, this year has been a wonderful year in terms of experience and meeting new people. Because it's very much important for you to have a balanced life. Balanced life in terms of your finance, your relationship, your money, your health, your spirituality, all connect. Because for example, if you're not healthy, it will affect your finance because you will not be able to work to get enough money. And not have enough money, it will affect your family because you don't have enough money to provide for your family. So you must try most possible to maintain that balance. You must not fall to one side, but you must maintain that balance. I've tried much to maintain balance.
All right, so you had a good year in terms of learning, in terms of meeting new people, yeah? What about finances? Because she was very hypocritical of the year because was a terrible year because our business didn't do quite good. So, what about your finances? How did it go?
My finances didn't go that bad.
Okay.
Because I cultivated the habit of saving this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One of the things I learned about Above is to save. I cannot be pushing saving and I don't save. So I try what is possible.
So you have some money in your savings account right now?
Yes, sir.
Ooh. Great stuff. Great stuff. Thank you. I like that. Okay, Chima, your hand was up too. You think we will forget? Alright, so let's.
Good morning, my name is Chima.
You are CEO of.
Global Services. And this year.
With branches in Onitsha, Aba, and.
This year was good, and I hope this year will be better.
Okay.
Yes.
So in the key areas of your relationship with God, your spirituality, in the key areas of your business and your finance, in the key areas of your family and new relationships, in the key areas of your health. Yeah, so let's review in these areas.
Let's talk about my home, my family. I have just 2 kids.
Was it this year your baby came?
No.
Okay.
So one of the good decisions my wife and I took was not to have another baby this year.
This year,
I think it's really helped us. So my wife and I, my wife stays with me, 2 of us, we are running the business together.
Oh, okay.
Suddenly she decided to go and learn fashion and design. So with my concepts, but also she went to learn a new trade to add to what we have. Relationship, I think this year I've been able to have a privilege to meet some people. We went for a program, I met Meeting Africa.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I also got a chance. And this year also I was a privilege to be in Money Conference. Yes. Now Money Conference, I made contact with so many people. I made contact with like Ken. I also made contacts with the Money King himself. So, and one of this year I was able to have some good staffs that were able to be committed.
Wow.
Ready to learn.
Wow.
That's
key.
one of my challenges.
That's key.
Hiring and recruiting.
Yeah.
It's been a very difficult task for me. And the challenges, we had a lot of challenges this year. It seems as if it's not going to work. One of our athletes in our FIFA, there was a burglary. They made the way with everything.
Wow.
Everything. Despite the security we put in place. So we moved ahead. They tried another one in Nigeria, but we moved ahead and we thank God for Bass and Books that we came into partnership. And I believe this is ending very well for me. It's ending very well compared to last year. At least we are ending this year in praise.
I like the fact that there were challenges, there were good contacts made, and then there were additions, there were a few strategic decisions in there, and it was really brilliant. Great stuff. I love that. From that part of the world, is there, Ella, did I go at any point in Jesus' name? No. Okay, so it was yours. Let's take yours.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, I just call you Johnson instead of Joshua. I repent.
This year I was able to
Oh, great.
spend 1 year in and after that, I'm going to course of the privacy. I'm volunteer for the charities and the children. I did resource checker and landscape. I was learning how to make long time and then
Wait first. So you learned how to make bow tie, lapel, and brooch. Jesus. Okay.
So I had a skill, and my network is good. I was able to meet very well folks, like attended a lot of conferences, seminars during the course of the service, camps and programs, office. And after the service, the God placed me with a job, executive assist, very complete. That job has exposed me to a lot of blessings, platforms, participation in funds, and telephone members. And later this year, I was able to put up a company, another company that is currently like a global consult. And what we should here is to bring some people that have business mind to see how we can connect them to go to school to train young people and seek financial support and not just empower them. And one of the companies will come up tomorrow online, that is gaining people.
Yeah, I saw that.
Coming up online tomorrow at the best support. And much more, I'm happy to make write a book, and thanks to my good friend Gideon that introduced me to more few more. Regarding my spiritual life, I was able to read my spiritual life.
Okay.
Then constantly, Lord, help me to influence.
Whoa. This guy had a blast this year, yeah? This guy, can we keep our hands together for him? That's a very blast full year. Okay, so, if you don't know where you're coming from, it's difficult to be able to navigate to where you're going to. From time to time, we need a sense of history. We need an understanding of where we've been. And a review of why we were where we were. Then we also need the mindset to be able to dream and look forward in the future. And as I talk about these things, you know, we've said quite a lot in these few minutes that brings to mind two major things that I've spoken about on my earlier post this morning. So let's quickly begin to work. First word you want to write down is awareness. Awareness. To be aware. You cannot do good with navigation if you don't master your present location. You cannot do good with navigation into the future without first having a surround awareness of where you are. An awareness of your body, an awareness of your health, an awareness of your values, an awareness of your circle, an awareness of the present state of your family, an awareness of your values, an awareness of your body, an awareness of your circle. You know, when Desmond was talking earlier, he mentioned Moody Africa, he mentioned the money things that an awareness of who is now in my life. To go forward, you need to know what you have, where you have it. So as we go into this meeting today, correct? You want to say no. What is our video ready? Let's do it. Let's do it. So you're going to watch a video now, and after that video, next 7 minutes, we'll continue. I want you to see and the areas where you need to be aware of your present situation. I think the video just because it tells the story better. For those of you who are just coming in,
How to set goals. Most people have dreams. When you turn your dreams into a goal, it becomes something that can happen in reality. But why should we set goals? Goal setting is the first step towards success. If you don't know what your goals are, how do you know when you succeed? How do you define success? Therefore, with goal setting, you take control of your life and get focused. People without goals just go where life takes them, without any certain direction. However, people who set goals know exactly what they want and take actions to achieve it. When you're doing what it takes to achieve your goals, you're moving towards the lifestyle that you desire. In order to set goals, you need to think about what you want in every aspect of life. Family, relationship, friends, health and fitness, finances, career, education, spirituality, self-development, and any other aspects as you like. Write down how you...
Alright, so these are the areas that I will have us
Review and set goals around. So there's family, there's relationships, there's friends, there's finance, there's career, education, there's spirituality, and there's self-development. Like I said to you at the beginning of this, everything affects everything. And so these are the areas of your life where you should set goals. See, one of the things I've learned in this year of looking at this work is most times we set goals in only one area. Most times finances. I want to make this year. Then I will read my Bible more this year. And it usually come out that way. But to have a surround, completely robust life, it has to be this area. So I want you to write them down. If you have space in your notebook, yeah, take each item for one page. If you have space in your notebook, each item for one page. So open the one page, write family. Open another page, relationship. Meanwhile, one of the things you want to learn from this meeting today is goal book. Every one of us must have a book where we write down our goals. So that at the end of the year, this period next year, you can go into that book and look at your goals and see if you have grown or otherwise. So, a relationship, friends, health and fitness, finance, career, your education, spirituality, self-development, and family. How many of us here are students? Students don't follow me too much. People who have money. Now, I know somebody who's still in like a tertiary institution who's, I'm not talking of postgraduate students that are looking for masters and PhDs. I'm talking undergraduates. But if you have that on your paper, you can move on. Wait. Are we together? We all have that on our papers? Yes? Well, the answer is just there. Yes? Yes. Okay, let's go. Directly from heaven.
To think about what you want in every aspect of life. Family, relationship, friends, health and fitness, finances, career, education, spirituality, self-development, and any other aspects as you like. Write down how you would like your life to be related to each aspect. Write it as present tense, as if it's already happening, so it will feel close and not something that's going to happen sometime in the future. For example, friends. I'm surrounded by loving and caring friends. I have close friends who are there for me and help me anytime I need. I go out twice a week with my friends and talk to them on a daily basis. We enjoy each other's company, laugh together, and support each other. After you wrote down your lifetime goals, you need to break them into smaller goals. It is impossible to achieve everything immediately. That's why you need to go step by step. By setting smaller goals and achieving them, you create a reality of success and get closer to your larger goals. Sub-goals are practical because they contain actions you can take right now. Your large goals may seem too far and unrealistic, but with sub-goals, you can see
career, education, spirituality. Alright. Self-development. Great stuff. Great stuff. Alright, so in our plea for awareness, on the page of that book, can you begin to review your life in terms of my family? This year, you added new baby. I said, I went to I agreed not to have a new child this year. And he explained that that was a good thing. So what was the kind of conversation with that family this year? A lot of people never make decisions. Decisions about this should be off camera. So people never really take decisions when it comes to their family. They let these things happen. And you see, family decisions that you take include decisions about who to marry, for those of you who are single, decisions about having kids, for those of you who are married. I was sharing with a friend just now, a while back, just before this meeting started, that my daughter, January 31st, she becomes 5. And one of the things I'm going to do more in 2020 is have conversations with her more. I've realized that she's grown to the point where she retains information. She now does a little bit of perceptual analysis, which means that she can have her own perception, her own thinking about certain things. So I want to have more conversations with her. So in 2020, one of the things I've been doing, and this is just a family example, one of my goals, is I'm going to talk more with Pleroma. I'm going to spend a lot more time with her, because now is the time to model the container that she'll be receiving information through. So for me, that's one of my family goals. So for us, all of us, what goals do we want to set when it comes to our families? Do you want to have a better relationship with your father or your mother? Because some of us don't have. Do we want to work? Because family enriches our lives. We're more robust as a people with family in place. So what are the consequences of your family? Who are the people who make up your family? What's the quality of the relationship with them? Because in the long run, man, everything affects everything. I want us to say that together. Everything affects everything. You're not saying it well, please help me. Everything affects everything. It does. So what was it like in your family this year? What goals are you looking at in the year coming? Think about your children. Think about your loved ones. For those of you who are in the phase of your life where you are sieving who to spend the rest of your life with, then you want to think carefully about marriage. What goals, what decisions, what steps can you put in place to ensure that you have a more richer family life? Now, this is a very personal decision that you're going to make. These are very personal things you're going to make, but you have to evaluate the situation. Like I said, you need to be aware. It's awareness, it's deliberate decisions. Two major things that you will take out of this meeting today. Awareness and deliberate decisions. Awareness, deliberate decisions. I need to be aware of the relationship between myself and my wife. She's number one family. I need to be aware of the state of the relationship between myself and my daughter, like the example I gave earlier. Aware of the relationship between myself and my father. And you must understand that all of life, every day, there is a change in dynamics. Change in what? Dynamics. Change in what? Dynamics. So that the woman you thought you married 2 years ago is not the same woman anymore. Because there's you're not even the same person anymore. You need to understand that we all change. Change is constant. Change is constant with the human being. And as it's constant with you, it's constant with the other person. That's why, Baba, some things you did last year may not work in 2020. Methods and systems and techniques that maybe worked last year may not work in this 2020 experience that you want to create. And you must understand. The reason why a lot of people frown, why do we have this meeting at this time? Why don't we have it first in January? I'm a guy who likes to catch the next year unawares. Before the 2020 is coming, I'm already preparing for, on the first, how to start shutting down. And it starts first in your family. And so your family is both nuclear and extended family. There's some of us who have a lot of interference of our extended families on our nuclear families, and it messes a lot of things up. You see, the health of a person, their well-being, and the level of misery or otherwise that a person can go through is both nuclear and extended. Several years ago, I made decisions as to what I permit in terms of family. I'm on Facebook Live, so there are some things I don't want to support. I like this meeting closed. There are some things I would want, the examples I would want to give. I have an elder sister, I think she's about a number of years older than me, almost 8 years older than me, so she's really way old, way grown rather. And there's this attitude that she has that makes me very uncomfortable. So I kind of fenced that out of my space. Tough decision I needed to make, but even though she is very family, I had to make those tough decisions. So that it's not everybody who should get access to you. You're going to need to make some tough family decisions. Let me tell you something about family. That a person is the same mother and father with you, it's not compulsory that they should be in your life. It's tough, but it's the truth. Father and mother with you does not necessarily mean that we should be, because what keeps us together is values. Everybody say that. Values. If you don't share my values, we should not be together. This These things are things I share with my father. And I said to him that you and I, we're in talking terms today because we still meet on certain things. We meet on a lot of things, actually. Things like, I understand the power of prayer. I understand the power of Christianity. He does. I couldn't be friends or close with a family member who doesn't understand what it means to be a Christian. I couldn't do that. I would respect you, I would greet you, but we will not be in close consonance. You cannot be calling my phone every 15 minutes, except we share values. Regardless of how much my father or my mother that you are. So, in 2020, you're going to need to make some very strong family calls. You're either going to disconnect or deepen. For some people, you might even need to spend a lot of time praying more. I'll come to that when we begin talking about spirituality. But you see, you need to learn to define what family means. That you and I are the same mother and father is not compulsory. That we should be, we will not quarrel, please don't get me wrong. Do you understand, guys? I'm not saying go on an enmity spree, no. I'm saying the persons who are in your life that you permit to make decisions and affect the decisions that affect you, you need to be careful of. So I know a lot of people. My job, my person helps me know a lot of people. But the people who are stakeholders in my decision making in my life are very few. I can count. I'm not sure they reach better 5. And a lot of my decisions are not dependent on my father. As successful as he is, as close as we are, I'm my own man. Now, some of you are married. And you must understand the place of the spouse. The place of who? The spouse. Not all marriages are made in heaven. Not all marriages are rosy. That's a good word. Therefore, you must consistently review the state of your marriage. Review the what? The state of your marriage. Consistently review the state of your marriage so that you can make it better. The reason for the review is to make it better. The reason for the review is to do what? So in 2020, is there a way that you can be happier? Is there a way that your marriage can be richer? Is there a way your relationship can get better with your spouse? You need to sit down to think about it. And that brings a lot to bear on emotional intelligence. The more emotionally intelligent you are, the better your marriage will be. The better your relationship will be with your spouse. Emotional intelligence is a skill. It is something that you may need to work on. Emotional intelligence is what? Something that you need to work on. Family is very important. Both nuclear and extended family. And you need to set goals around that area. One of my associates came to me, this was 2 years ago, about a year ago, and he was talking about his relationship with his father and him not wanting to go back home yet and all that and stuff. And I said, guy, calm down. Never go out first. You'll go after. But now, ensure that you're not going there needy. Ensure that you're going there with something on the table for us to talk. Ensure that with what you have explained to me, even though I've not heard your father's side of the story, ensure that by the time you're going home, you're going respectfully back to your father, but not beggarly. You're going with content. You're going with a man that you are evolving to be. Not necessarily, you're going respectfully, oh Dad, I'm sorry, I got a few things wrong. But let it not be that you are needing him, that's why you showed up again. Because eventually, guys, you're on your own. You're what? You're on your own. We'll talk a lot about these things as we move on. So that's that for family. No, don't worry. I want the thing I wanted, I already got from it. So that's my take on family. There's a lot to share on just family alone, but if we dwell on that, we will not be able to touch the other things. So I'm saying that in review, you want to review what your relationship is like, what your family relationship is like, what your family tree is. A lot of us are so familiar. There's an English like that, right? You are so family conscious that you have now turned to familiarity. Which is good. Which is good. Because you need family, no doubt. But you need to define relationships because, like I said, relationships are dynamic. In fact, a lot of things in our lives are dynamic. The marriage, the nuclear family, your children are changing per time. And so you want to be observant, you want to be aware of these changes and begin to position yourself aright, make the right decisions, make the right calls. Would you make a few mistakes sometimes? Certainly. In fact, mistake is part of the game. But even at that, you want to be sure that you're on top of things. So that's that for family. We'll come to that again because we'll go around them and then begin to make deliberate goals now. So what's the next one? You guys have the script, I don't know. Okay, so they seem close enough. Except that in this case, we now talk about relationships with other people. Chima mentioned meeting Moody Africa. What was that relationship about? Let's talk, man. We don't have time. Stop thinking. So how did you meet Moody? Maybe that will help you. But what do we?
Okay.
You're attended a conference, right?
Yeah, I was invited by Dr. Charles Akpo.
Okay.
So we had an interaction. So I was able to ask him questions of how he started his life and business. So he got interested. So we continued discussion. I asked him questions and he answered me. So at the end of the program, he requested for me.
Yeah, so that was good stuff.
We took picture, exchange numbers, but I kept his number.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's where I was going to. It's one thing to meet a person. It's another thing to grow a relationship. It's one thing to do what? It's another thing to do what? Grow a relationship. And you cannot grow a relationship without getting interested in the other person. So, in developing your relationships, you've got to be strategic. And don't develop just any relationship. It has to be relationships that are moving you towards these your goals that you're setting. You don't need everybody in your life. The same way when I teach about opportunities, you don't need every opportunity. Not all opportunities are yours. It's the same way, not everybody in a meeting belongs to you. So, when I met Wale Oshin, for example, I went to that meeting because I was going to look for Wale Oshin. Wale Oshin is chairman of the Custodian Investments PLC group. And so I go, I'm into investment. My business is investment management. And this is somebody who has done $1 billion. And he lives in Nigeria, works in Nigeria. So I wanted to meet him. So I applied to attend that meeting. Guys, you've got to be deliberate, man. You've got to be deliberate. I got to the meeting and I requested that I wanted to be on the table where he was. When he came to the table, I introduced myself. I said, sir, I traveled from Bayelsa to meet with you. The relationships that you want to build, they've got to be relationships that move you closer to your goals. It's not just another relationship. You don't, oh, there's a networking meeting. Not every meeting is yours for attendance. And that includes you needing to prepare. You're going to need to prepare a lot. In attending this meeting, for example, if I was attending, there will have been a reason why I want to attend. Maybe to meet Solomon King, maybe to learn a few things that he's talking about, maybe to meet somebody who I know will most definitely be there. Give you an example. Look on Facebook, one who shared this thing. Patrick Tamara did, what's his name? Harry Fobeni did, Tony V did. So if I wanted to meet Tony, because I've been watching his success with e-poetry and everything, and I wanted to get an opportunity to talk with him on business grounds, and I've seen him share this meeting and talk about it severally, I know saying good day there. Therefore, this would have been a good place to meet him. Be strategic in your movements. Hey guys, a couple of days ago, I just made a 3,000 naira entry fee, $3,000 entry fee for a program in March. It's in Dubai. I don't check the guest list of who were there. I don't know who I want to see for the meeting. I don't already do background. They plan when I reach there. I'll go work out to tell me who I want to meet. Your relationships have got to be deliberate. And you've got to take networking seriously. Take what seriously? Networking is an investment into your life and into your business. The most growth I've enjoyed in business has come from a lot of my preparation and a lot of networking. Pardon? That thing Harry then did in that upstairs place that day, in that tech hub, I knew the freaking guys from BOI were going to be there. In fact, I was glad that it was the regional manager that was there. You know him personally, okay? And next year, at Plevan Industries, I need 50 million from BOI. But I don't want to go to BOI office directly. I want to go through human being into BOI office. It's easier when somebody is carrying you in to a building than when you see that it's going to knock the door by yourself. So when he was there, I took his number. I've greeted him Merry Christmas already. Amen. 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 I greeted him Merry Christmas. On New Year's Day, I probably sent him maybe like 1K recharge card. I just said to bless you this morning. Amen. Amen. You build these relationships deliberately. Things don't just happen. If I need to tip this guy's trade secret, I will not fight him. I'll just look for who he knows. And so you're not just an ordinary human being. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Things don't just happen. You don't just see big businesses, boom. But if we tell them how we want Entrepreneur Africa, both of us. Hooray! You guys won! Yeah, but do you know the things that boys did on the underground? So you need to deliberately build your relationships. When I got the Entrepreneur Africa Awards, because everybody was about the glamour, I was about that guy, the owner of the event. I took a picture with him, I connected with him. Now, making noise on social media for the money conference in Lagos is happening through that guy. Because you need to be strategic about your relationships. your relationships have got to be about the goals that you've set for yourself. So the first thing you want to even do is be aware. Again, in relationships, there are relationships you want to do away with. There's one thing to add to your relationships. There's another one to what? To sieve your relationships. As you grow older in life and in business and in your career, not everybody can remain your friend. Not everybody can remain your friend. So you need to do a friendship audit. You want to write that down? A friendship audit. I remember talking about this thing at 19 Spark sessions about needing a certain amount of money, and I looked at the group of guys who were closest to me as my friend, and I couldn't raise 1 million. No. I saw someone bring 1 million. No. I couldn't raise it. I didn't like it. So you do a friendship audit. Who is closer to where you want to go to? So it is in this direction that you build your relationships. You build your relationships in pursuance of your goals. You sieve your relationships too like that. Not everybody will move with you at your pace. Some people cannot deal with your growth. Some people are not willing to grow. Some people don't like to embrace change. Some people don't even like that there's a word called change. Why can't we just be the way we've always been? Auntie, no sir. Therefore, do a friendship audit and begin to ask yourself critical questions about each person who's closest to you. Your net worth, your brothers and sisters. Your network, brothers and sisters. And you know, relationship building is hard work. Relationship building is what? It's hard work. It's something that you work at. Relationships don't suddenly happen. You feed them. So if that's the case, what relationships do you need to starve? What relationships do you need to feed? What relationships do you need to what? Starve. What relationships do you need to feed? Shulamite, just sit here. Just sit in this row. Take an audit. Be aware of the relationships in your life. And begin to see. No need to quarrel. Now, hear me? Not be saying you quarrel somebody, I don't need you again in my life. No, don't do that. They will just realize that they are not seeing you as before again. What happened? I'm not able to see you again. Nothing be like no vex for this life. No vex. And you're all genuine about it. I go come. But strategically, and you try to do that because you're aware, you're in charge, it's your life. You are the one who's growing the relationship. Because relationships in your life affect a lot of things. The decisions you make, the money that comes to you, the blessings that come to you. You know, I was saying the other day, Lot come out. Go Sodom and Gomorrah. Abraham, robust. Some people need to live your life. I don't want to sound pastoral. But there are some things that won't come to you because of some circles that you are in. And deliberately upgrade your circle. Deliberately do what? Upgrade your circle. Invest in your circle upgrade. Invest in your circle upgrade. Pardon? That was the first time. This year, 2019, I paid $580 for the West African Property Investment Summit. And I was still grumbling that $480 was plenty. Until they said this one was 3,000 US dollars. I'm like, but you know that you are climbing into a circle of guys that you can just call as Baba, I beg, I need 10 million right now. You move. Because if you can pay $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 for a meeting, then you're a person of value, number one. Secondly, the people also who are in that meeting are people who can afford it. So you are in a certain income bracket for you to. It's not good for you to be the richest man amongst your friends. Yeah, your guys sit down now, you get money pass. You are in the wrong circle. You are amongst your friends, ladies, and you're the one who's doing the best amongst them. You're in the wrong circle. You should be climbing consistently. This thing looks like that. Better down. So work on your relationships. Be deliberate about them. Take an audit consistently. Who gets my attention? Who gets my attention? Who am I spending time with? One of my closest buddies right now, Sydney. Sydney and I will sit down, and in the first 3-4 minutes, we're finished talking about family, wife and kids. 3-4 minutes maximum. The next 2 hours, you see that one conference, one strategy. The guy just messes my brain up. I scatter his own, and we're doing that for. We'll go see later. The later where we see, we don't already chat. And in the chatting, we're talking about one thing or the other. He sent me already a list of people that have registered for money conference. He's about my goals, I'm about his. A friend who isn't passionate about your goals, your friend, passionate about your own goals, not his own goals. Because guess what? So you got to work on the relationship that you hang out with your friends sometimes. The other guys. You hang out with them sometimes. Because not be beef something or anything. You spend time. You greet them. You say, what's up? We'll drink and eat together. But they will know that this guy has moved. You don't need to put it in their face just to say, you know who I am, you know who I'm rolling with. You don't need to do that. You don't want to spend time bothering about what they're saying. And if you work with this balance that we're talking about, eventually, you're not scared that when people gather together and poison you, bush, do all those things. They gather together and just, ooh. If we do these things we're talking about, there comes to a time in your life, jazz becomes completely ineffective. Completely ineffective. There's a certain level of spirituality that you get to. You live in the consciousness that you're not normal anymore. Folks came to the morning conference. A couple of my very good friends that we with. So I this thing about changing circles, right? Someone who was in my circle in the university, who were not of the same circle anymore, saw me at the morning conference, after the morning conference, said, well, I Solomon, you are mad. You have to do it. You're not normal anymore. That is way of saying, hey, you're grown. Hey, you're not the same guy anymore. I liked it though. When somebody says you are mad, that's the sweetest thing. So, Relationships, you want to add new ones. You want to work on networking. You want to seek some. Let me say something to you quickly. It's not about the money in your pocket. I began to practice these things way before financial comfort. In fact, it is these things that you will do that will consistently move you away from where you are to where you would like to be. Relationships, so family relationships, what do we have next? Well, we seem to have tied all of them together. Family, relationships, friends. Okay, so health and fitness. Your body changes as you grow older. Your body changes as you grow older. So the things you could do before, you may not be able to do again with your body. When you know you could believe them. But I began to grow a tummy. One of my man the other day. Your name is in the book of X, not life. So when you have kids, as women, as you grow older, as guys, your body physiology changes. And you must be aware of these changes. I never used to bother about physical looks when I was younger. Because I would say, highest. If I enter road like 3, 4 times, 5 times, I go balance. The problem with now is I don't have the time to enter road like that again. When I lived in the north, Kaduna, Zaria, and in Kano, I was a jogging guy, man. So I had this same frame, but my abs were better. So right now, if you look at them, you know that this is indiscipline. You're mad, you are very mad. This boy is playing with me. Hey, Shebi, you know the way Bola boy pursue somebody from his cousin. Don't play with me now. You know. So I could jog several hours and come back and do a lot of push-ups. One day, Chima, I tried to do 10 push-ups. Me who could do 50, 60, 100 push-ups one time. I tried to do 10 push-ups. My brother. As I do this, my back. As I stand like this, my back they talk. Because time changes. Time changes. Those 2 seats too can be given out. Time changes. Your body changes with time. And as time goes on, as you grow older, you don't have so much time anymore. The responsibilities chop off your time. On the average year, I'm on the airplane minimum 4 times a month. Going to one city or coming back from it. And when I get back, my table is filled with several decisions to be made, several things, and I must still play video game. PS4, you can't take that thing away from me. They won't even make PS5 this 2020. We'll buy, don't worry. But all the things I'm saying is this. Regardless of all these plenty of excuses that we are all making, you must exercise. You must do what? You must exercise. It's the only way to stay healthy. You must exercise, you must eat right. And you must make decisions around it. Tough, hard decisions. Because if you don't make them now, when you fall ill, God forbid, you will now make that decision. You must exercise. This is me telling me, actually. If I'm saying it to you, I'm saying it to my ear to hear it very well. You must exercise. You must do that. You must create. Everyone say create. Yes. You must create the time so to do. And not every exercise routine is for you. Eh? Not every exercise routine is for who? For you. There's exercise routine that works for you. There's exercise routine that works for him. So I would advise that you get a health professional, not those fitness guys in the gyms. Are we together? A doctor knows what should work for you, not necessarily those fitness guys in the gym. Again, this is quote and unquote. I will not want to be quoted on that because I've not met all the fitness guys in the world, but the few guys that I've met, they're usually particular about their routines, about what they think about you, about what they think you should be, not your objectives. And so when I go there, for example, I said, guy, I don't want to get six pack. No worry, not my problem with that. Oh, sir, you go fit your body and leave the body now. I just want to be healthy. So the doctors will recommend for you, okay, King, do a few push-ups here and there. They give you routines that will work based on your body structure, based on your physiology, based on your objectives, based on your timing. But have a conversation with a health worker today on your health and fitness. It's easier and cheaper to live healthy than to treat sickness. It is easier and cheaper to live healthy, eat right. Drink a lot of water. Drink plenty carrot juice. Amen. 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 I mean, is it wrong to drink carrot juice? It's good. Drink carrot. Drink. This event is probably some others are carried. So it's finished, eh? It's about the Yama human being. It's a Calabar human being. Eh? That's what they used to say these days. Drink a lot of water. Keep yourself hydrated consistently. But make sure that fitness is a goal that you are willing to work at in 2020. You can look slim and be unhealthy. You can look super fat and be unhealthy or very healthy. There are some people who are chubby, but they fit past you where they. Remember a couple of weeks ago, I went to football field. I had to play ball. And I saw this very Chima-ish looking guy. But Chima is even slim compared to that guy. That man was a robust fellow. As I was there, Billy, pass for me, pass. Yeah. And I was all panting and all that. Of course, in the bid to work out. And 15, 20, 25 minutes later, I was already tired and I kept doing more like do you know that this fellow was on that field for the next 2 hours? The fat man. He's jumping and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Then I realized the man is on that field. Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays. He doesn't miss it. Then you show up one day because you think you have a semi-sleeper body and you know it's something that people work at. So look for the exercise routine that works for you. What exercise? Exercise. Energy drink? No, sir. If you exercise, you will have more energy. so I'm on camera. Bishops are come here, you're under arrest. See your seat here. Please put your hands together for my big brother. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming. Please let's ensure that those other mics work. Lucky. Let's ensure that the other mics give me power to follow. What's missing? Exercise. Please do. Please do. Please do. Exercise. Look for the one that works for you and exercise. Exercise. It's cheaper, I repeat that again. It's cheaper and easier to live healthy, to eat right, to drink a lot of water, than to treat sickness. There's nothing I hate like the discomfort of hospital. Hey, two person don't see go by. If you can use mosquito nets, it's 100% million times cheaper than fleets. Business sense? Just buy the thing, footer. Enter inside and sleep genuinely. You will even have less battery. Because the guy that mosquito will they bite you. You go begin see ancestors where they play 10-10. In all, take your health seriously. That's what we're trying to say here. Take your health seriously. Take your health seriously. You want to stay around for 50, 60, 70, 80. Be around and be healthy. But it's now that you build those habits. It's now that you do those strategies. It's now that you make those moves. It's now that you make those decisions. It's now that you make those awareness-filled decisions. Deliberate decisions. You know, for me, I had issues with why does that book look like outstanding from here? No, it's not. Okay. So I don't like long rope of mosquito nets, and the aesthetic value is not so there. But hey, who cares about the aesthetic in your room when this thing will save your life? Study treating malaria. You know all the malaria drugs. Your excuse, you are AA. Ooh, you're lying to yourself. So guys, we will come back. And when we get back, we want to set clear goals as regards to, if not gym, one work for you. Okay. If not app for your phone, where you deliberately follow. Okay. I will talk to you about the 3 important I's that will help these strategies come to pass. How to deal with indolence, indulgence, and ignorance. We'll come to that. Alright, so that's that for health and fitness. Let's travel. I'm sure that a lot of you were just quietly waiting for me for this. Like I said, it's a question of awareness. How aware are you of your financial state? What is your financial position as of today? Lucky, you're suffering meal, that boat that you did not bring. What's your financial position as of today? Some of us, if we construct your statement of financial position, your net worth will be negative. Negative by 20,000, 50,000, 500,000, 5 million naira, 50 million naira. So it's possible that a person can be messed up financially. Please, after now, because this is not a class where I will begin to dig into those details, but you all should have your personal statements of income, and statement of financial position. Please write those words down. Your statement of comprehensive income and your statement of financial position. Sometimes it's described as your P&L. We don't even do P&L again, okay, that's it. Well, P&L, personal P&L, and personal balance sheet. In talking about your finances, my concern will be, what is your income level now? How much do you earn per month? And you must understand that what you earn is different from your salary. Because most times when you tell people how much do you earn, they think only in terms of salary. Your salary is just one component of your income. Your salary is what? There are different kinds of income, so that your salary is just earned income. The income that you work for because you went to office before, because you did your work in the office, that's why you got that income. That's just one out of the several kinds of income that a person can earn. So my question will be to you, how much was your income every month this year? How much did you earn on your salary? One. But on the other sources of income that there are, see, let me play a little game with you guys. I told one of my friends a couple of days ago, weeks back now, that in 2019, I left a lot of money on the table that I did not come home with. And I said, I earned money as a university lecturer. I earned money as CEO of Brass and Books. I earned money on a few projects here and there. But on intellectual capacity, I left a lot of money on the table. So I can count the amount of books I sold this year. Both offline and online. And it hurts my brain. And that will be because I didn't spend a lot of time in that direction. I spent a lot of time building the Brass and Books company. But in 2020, I spoke to the guys at Okada Books already. I've given them the rights to all the books. Put those things online. I'm going to pay for the publicity to push it out. It's now that I must make money from that income stream. In fact, with figures set, I'm live on camera, so there's a lot of things I may not be able to share with you guys. With figures set. And see, check well. You get the things where God give you. You get the money there where God give you, where you never do anything with at all. You have spent a lot of time focusing on the supposed obvious areas, but there's a lot of your money on the table that you have not accounted for and you have not taken with you. So in your finances, in 2020, are there investments you want to consider? I'm multi-invested. My investments are not in one place, God forbid. I'm ultra diversified. A person can play in different asset classes. An asset classes or an asset or a vehicle is a means by which you want to make wealth. So we have major asset classes, then we have the ones that are subdivided under them. So in the stock market, for example, you have things like treasury bills, you have things like shares, you have bonds, you have fixed income securities, there's a lot of stuff, instruments in the stock market. And because of the dominance of that asset vehicle, it's very popular. Then recently, in the last 5-10 years, especially in our country, there's a huge noise now about real estate. So everybody is buying land, selling it, buying house, selling it, and gorillas are also selling land and houses, and everybody is now a real estate player, and it's understandable. It's an asset class. The Trumps of this world, the Kiyosakis of this world, all these people multiplied their wealth, their income, and created wealth using real estate. There's entrepreneurship as an asset class, own businesses as an asset class, called alternative investing, private markets. That's the place we play in. It's an asset class. That's the internet. That's another asset class. So, if your money is coming from only one source, maybe your job now, you have not started. You are leaving a lot of money on the table. A little small 5,000 naira put aside every month will do terrific in future. Now, in dealing with money, there are three vital elements. There's education, there's experience, there's excess cash. I want you to write them down, please. These three factors changed a lot of things about my life. There's education, there's experience, there's excess cash. Most people focus on excess cash. So they want money. They want money. When I get money, when I hammer. Yeah, that's the English word. Hammer is an English word, right? Yes. When I hammer. Okay, the newer one, the more current one is bluing. When I blew. Okay, when I blow. You know? And that's people focusing on excess cash. But there is education first. There's experience secondly. Then you now have excess cash as the third thing you want to focus on. How well do you know about your finances? How well do you know about the financial market? How well do you know about how to handle money? Buddy, some people feel 5 million mad. Yay! Now 5 million be this, you don't crazy. I see it consistently, happens regularly. Folks who've never handled 500,000, 150 million. Sir, come on, invest in it. Come on, give me 50. Then you tell them, please bring me your bank statement. And then they come with your bank statement, and then you see maybe a deposit of 100,000. The next thing you will see is ATM withdrawal, ATM withdrawal, ATM withdrawal. And the withdrawal is like 2,000. Very annoying spending of money, and then you know this person can't do well with 5 million. I can trace your spending pattern by just looking at your bank statement. You need to consistently your mind with information and how you work. And for example, you have chosen the stock market as the asset class you want to play in, then you should begin to learn about it. And you can get in the game with as little as 5,000, 10,000. I have this amount of money saved. What can I do? What that does is it puts your first foot in the water. It helps you begin to nose around. You begin to chase your price. My first 5,000 was into that communications. When they did their IPO. If you want to do well with money, you must invest. You must learn investing. I said this to you at the money conference. Salary is capital. It is not what you spend to solve all your life problem. I say this consistently and I try to bring it to bear. What I say is this. A person with no job after 30 days earns what? 0 naira. True or false? A person with a 10k job after 30 days has what with him? He has 10k with him. 10k that he can decide to do whatever with. Because when he did not have a job, he still lived. Trouble. When he didn't have a job, he still lived. So how come suddenly he wants to solve all his life problems with 10,000 naira? And then we say to him, guy, so you got this 20k a month job. Can you start your process of educating your mind about money by playing the money game and say, hey, this 30k, this 20k I got, I'm going to start playing with 5,000. You put the 5,000 away. First month, second month. By the second month, you have 10,000. By the third, fourth month, you have 20,000. Your foot is in the water. You're beginning to know about shares. So that you are gaining education and experience. You're playing the money game already. Albeit at a small level, but you're playing the money game already. You're practicing so that when big money finally finds you, because it will find you. And this is what we say. Everybody has at least one blow in their life. Everybody has at least what? One blow in your life. There's a blow happening. It will happen eventually. But when that blow happens, what would it mean? Would it mean the right education and experience so that you can use those two to create excess cash? Or would it mean stupidity and ignorance and terrible values to create more poverty? It's not the amount of money that you have, it's the amount of financial education in your brain. When people talk about finances, they are focused more about making cash, make more money. No, sir. Money is a byproduct of a process. So in your finances in 2020, you either want to strengthen your money structure that you have created, or you want to start building those money structures. Some of you, for example, you're setting goals about, I'd like to do 20 million naira. I will make, somebody used to say, 1 million, my first million will come in the year 2020. Question, do you have structure that will create the first million? Do you have the education that will produce the first million? Is the first million possible by your analysis of year 2019? If you have not created some kind of structure, can we reconstruct goals and say, gee, we did the business, we did 100,000 in revenues or in profits. So we want to increase this 100,000 to 350. You want to be practical, you want to be logical, you want to tell yourself the truth. Because a lot of the times, the reason why we don't meet these goals that we set is because we are lying to ourselves. So I'm not going to be here to tell you, Baba, yes, write down 10 million. Oga, have you seen 100,000? Have you created structures for 100,000? Have you started a business and dealt with the 20,000 stage? I tell the story every time of how I rejoiced the first 200,000 naira that came into Graphs and Books Bond Fund. I danced. Yay! I told staff members the other day, 2020, that's our 1 billion naira year. I'm building on something that we already created. I'm saying I left money on the table in terms of my book. There are structures where you create and they produce money. Money no they carry come. Nobody will come dash you. I'm even wondering why nobody even dash me anything this Christmas. Why would you? They're not the two dash versus something like that again these days. It's your structures that will create wealth for you. So if it's just 10,000 naira, my sister, if it's just 20,000 naira that you want to start this journey with or improve on, set goals in those areas. You cannot increase your finances when you spend all your salary on you. Some shoes need to wait. Some shirts should not be bought. Stop thinking about buying that car. Put money into investments that produce money for you. The car you drive, what's it do? If you start up, I think it is start. If the engine is not good, spend like 40,000-50,000 naira, you repair it. Life is in stages. Money doesn't suddenly happen. Compounding in terms of wealth building requires time. Wealth is nurtured. It's like a plant that you plant on the ground and you wet, you grow, you groom, and you give it its time. In the process of time, miracles may happen. They happen. You have a 10,000 naira plan, you have a 20,000 naira plan, and your God shows up and turns the story around and gives you 100,000. Yes, but when God gives you 100,000, do you have the education and the experience to hold on to the 100,000 and say, thank you, Jesus, I got 100,000, I'm going to use it right? You need to educate yourself about money. Okay, this looks like the part of the movie where I'm most passionate here. I kind of noticed that the shouting is happening when you use this money matter. Focus on gaining experience, gaining investment experience. Uncle, you cannot talk about investing using another person's experience. You can't talk to me about entrepreneurship if you've not entrepreneur nothing. I have started businesses, I have lost them. Several of them. I have started businesses, I have grown them successfully. I can talk to you about it. And even when I'm talking to you about it, I will tell you that my experience may not be yours. I can only say a few things from my experience. If you don't create your own experience, you'll be listening to the rubbish that other people say. And I don't know why we like to believe the rubbish more than the original ones. Have you noticed that the bad news that they sweet people pass? I put money in my investment, then thief my money. Oh, you know that there are people who put money for the same investment will make money. Oh, do you know there's the psychology of Ponzi investing? Eh? There's a psychology of Ponzi investing. Ponzi schemes is an investment method for some people. Amen. Amen. Next, we'll come back here. Alright, so they're one and the same thing. Under finances, however, before we go to career, take your business seriously if you are in business. Take your finances seriously. Take yourself seriously. I've said that you should prepare 2 statements. Statement of financial position and statement of income. In your statement of income, you're going to see where your income comes from. For a lot of you, it probably will be from one source: parents, guardians, or salaries. You want to deliberately position yourself to begin to earn other forms of income. Dividends. There are folks at Brass and Books who every month you get money. I know folks who get $1 million every month from our work at Brass and Books. I know folks who get as much as 750K every month from our work at Brass and Books. I know secretaries, small secretaries who still get extra 5,000 naira every month. As the month they blink, back up 10th, that money they drop. They can plan with it. Dividends from your money working for you. Your money needs a job the way you have a job. Your money needs to collect your own salary too, and dividends will they call them. Some people get theirs on the quarter. They can plan with it. They know what we're doing. It's clarity. So take yourself seriously. Put a leash on your finances. Ask yourself questions. Why do I have only one source of income? Why? It's the same way I'm angry at myself now. I'm saying, King, did you actually not do anything about intellectual property sales the whole of 2019? Nothing terrific. I don't remember shouting at anybody. You did not. Then those of you in business, begin to think about automating your income. In what way can that thing be running on its own? Turning on your own. If you're a book salesman, is there a way that you can leverage the internet, leverage tools and systems that ensure that sales are coming on their own? Are there investments you need to make to your sales system and your sales structure that ensures that you're making money whether you're asleep or awake? Wouldn't it be nice to find that Alabo firms just pay 20,000 for your online course, and there are 80 of Alabo firms every month? What's wrong with making money online? Once you are working hard in the day, what's wrong with some money touching your bank account in dollars, pounds, and other currencies? What's wrong with having a domiciliary account? I remember at Buffet 18, I told them, open a DOM account. They said to me, why? I said, because there are certain monies that you cannot get if you don't have a dollar account to receive it. Are you prepared for the monies that are even coming your way? Do you have the net to catch them when they come? I'm a bit tired, so if you give me 5-10 minutes, I want to rest so that you can put on the next one. So let's take a break briefly and then we'll come back to tidy the other ones. Thank you.